Hello friends and viewers, welcome back to Raj Ka Garage. This video is just a follow up. I'll not say it's a pure review as such of the Honda NS. I'm sorry, I'm showing the wrong bike over here. It's just a follow up on the Honda Highness. What was my experience while I had that short 150 kilometers ka ride from Mumbai to Pune. And, in terms of handling, what are the features, what I liked about the bike, what I felt is lacking in the bike. I just wanted to cover that. A detailed review will definitely follow. Let me churn some more kilometers on the Highness. And basically I have been riding RX100 for many years now, ages. This bike has completed 26 years, 1,39,000 kilometers on the auto. वो भी अभी कम हो गया, otherwise it would have crossed 2 lakh kilometers because the my rides they get distributed within different bikes. Obviously I don't take the RX100 for long rides these days. And this Chrome 500, it has been performing quite good on inclines. And I was little worried about the Highness because it's the same 350cc engine. I was somewhere feeling that I've just downgraded from a 500cc Chrome to 350cc bike again, wherein I had sold my classic 350 some time back because I was not very much impressed with the kind of performance the 350 has. This one is a beast. The 500 is a beast. You can go to places, single, double seat, with a pillion as well. It is effortless. It has the tendency of climbing any inclines. So मुझे एक डर लग रहा था कि how would the Highness perform, because the engine dimensions are similar to the classic 350. Though the torque and bhp figures are little bit on the higher side compared to the classic 350, they are nowhere near the classic 500. When it comes to the pulling power, I was especially worried about that, because even the bore and stroke dimensions of a classic 350 are 70 mm into 90 mm, and even the Highness is 70 mm into 90.5 mm, so not much of a difference there. And like I said, the torque and bhp figures are marginally better than the classic 350. Yes, of course, the torque figures, they come at a very early rpm. The weight of the bike is it is lighter than the classic 350, so obviously the power to weight ratio will come into picture. All those things are there. So I wanted to test, and I must say that yes, this bike has it has lived up to my expectations. So there was a decent pull whenever there was a good incline. You must have seen in the ride that there were inclines as well as turns, so which takes a lot of energy from the vehicle. And these two bikes, the RX100 and 500, they have that, they can easily do those things. 350 always lacks that, but the Honda Highness was better. So मेरा डर थोड़ा कम हो गया, and I am happy that the Highness is capable of taking these kind of inclines. And coming to the overall performance, I feel that the Highness has good figures in terms of the like I said, where the torque marries the bhp. It is, if I have to draw a parallel, I will try to get some those numbers of the classic 350 and the 500 as well, and it will be interesting to actually check that on the Java as well. And I felt that the Highness was capable of doing at lower rpms. There was no vibration whatsoever, zero vibrations, I'll say. The only sound that you can hear is the exhaust note, nothing else from the engine. Engine's like sweet humming sound आता है, that is the engine rotation. Of course, there are no other thak thak tuk tuk kind of things which you normally have in a RE. See, pardon me if I may sound like I'm bitching about the RE, but it still remains, the 500 remains still a beast for me. जो सांड का खिताब है वो find को याद है. Coming back to the Highness, like I said, it has zero vibrations. One of the reasons this Highness has zero vibrations is, in spite of being a single cylinder 350cc, it has a balance shaft, and you could have seen in the ride that my mirror was not shaking at all compared to what we see in the RE. So there was zero vibration on the handlebars, zero vibration on the mirrors, because of the fact that this bike has a balance shaft in it. Because what happens in a balance shaft, the balance shaft actually negates or will say absorbs the single cylinder का जो thrust होता है on the crankshaft. So that gets actually negated with the balance shaft. So old heavy engine bikes used to have those balance shafts. So Honda has done a good thing by putting a balance shaft. It is it's something which is normally placed ahead of the or in front of the crankshaft. If you look at the engine, single cylinder engine, अगर उसका thrust देखते हैं हम तो वो काफ़ी क्रैंक के ऊपर अच्छा लोड होता है जब भी पिस्टन पावर स्ट्रोक मारता है. So that has been negated with the I'll say the balance shaft that has been put in this bike. And not only that, this bike also has a secondary balance, or we can say counterweights, which is in the clutch hub. So उसकी वजह से वो भी मतलब पूरा आपका जो जर्ट्स है वो ऑलमोस्ट मिनिमल है. मैंने ज़्यादा 80 से ज़्यादा तो मैंने भगाया नहीं. आई यूज्ड टू कीप अ कंट्रोल 80-85 बिकॉज इट्स अ न्यू इंजन. ऑब्वियसली आई एम वरीड अबाउट द रनिंग इन द ब्रेक इन ऑफ द इंजन. जैसे मैं अभी उसको आज ट्रीट करूँगा वैसे वो बाइक हमेशा के लिए इट विल बी रनिंग. I am not in a hurry of showing what is a top speed or what is how many kilometers this bike will go in second gear, third gear or fourth gear or whatever. I don't want to screw up the engine because I seriously don't believe people do those things. So in terms of the smoothness, the bike was quite good. Even if we compare it with the classic 500, usme to you get a complete massage when you are at 80-90 ka speed or anything above 70, you get a complete hands and shoulder massage. It's kind of a full body massage on a RE. But in this bike it was completely smooth. The way the bike reaches 80 kmph, you'll not even feel it. It goes effortlessly, smooth engine. And another thing I would say, the overall ride quality was very much balanced. It's maybe because of the broader tires. Both the front and rear tires are broader. The chassis is quite stiff. It's a single cradle in the front, which it's a single down tube, and then it converts into a dual cradle. And then again the tire is broader at the rear. It's 130 130/70 ka tire hai, which is quite broad. I could feel that the tire was the bike had good mechanical grip because of these tires. Though the tires are MRF, I not generally prefer Michelin, because if you look at my any bike, you'll find Michelins on my bike. Even if it is a Dio that I use, Honda Dio, it will have Michelin. So I'll just show you on my RX100 I have those Michelin tires. In fact, I've been using Michelin since I think 2 decades ago. 2000 से मैं यूज़ कर रहा हूँ. 99-2000 से जब Michelin used to be imported, made in Thailand आते थे. 3200 रुपये का एक टायर आता था. अब तो made in India quite मतलब सस्ता आता है. So I'm actually planning to in fact upgrade the tires to Michelin tires. So उसका मैं जुगाड़ करने वाला हूँ. And in terms of the overall like I said, the chassis is also stiff. If you look at the trailing arm, काफ़ी heavy है वो. मतलब if you can actually make out that this is a mean machine in terms of the the build quality. It's quite heavy. I mean, box channel hai, and then even if you look at it, the metal quality, the welding, everything is fine. I only felt that Honda should have given gas-filled shock absorbers. That is one thing I missed. I'm missing in this bike because पता नहीं cost cutting के चक्कर में या maneuverability के चक्कर में, because they wanted to have a stiffer working or riding bike, they put a normal hydraulic spring shock absorber. Because अगर RE में देखोगे आप, you find a gas filled shock absorber, and RE actually floats on any kind of surface, but this one has a hydraulic shock absorber, so it was quite stiff. Another thing I was little skeptical, or I was I am still wondering what happened to the Honda engineers. They've put the horn button in the middle. I've never seen a bike with the horn button in the in the center of the switch, control switch, and the indicators are at the bottom. I don't know why they did it. They had enough space between the all the toggle switches for the Bluetooth and all whatever indicators you have in the meter console. ये बटन यहाँ पे देने का रीजन मुझे समझ में नहीं आया, and it is quite difficult. I mean, I am still trying to come in terms with, where is the horn and where is the indicator. I generally, अचानक आपको हॉर्न मारना है तो आपका बटन एक्चुअली, आपका उंगली एक्चुअली इंडिकेटर पे जा रहा है. सो आई डोंट नो व्हाई. This is one of the things I did not like, apart from the shock absorber. ये इन लोगों ने at least they should have kept it conventional. Headlight का button, it is like just a high beam low beam switch, so on off का कोई सवाल ही नहीं है. So overall, I felt the otherwise the build quality is quite good. Obviously it's a Honda, everything is refined. ये डिलक्स प्रो है तो I've got these two horns. ये प्लास्टिक का ऊपर से कवर है. It's a plastic cover but it has a chrome finish on it, so it looks like some heavy horn. और जो tone है वो भी quite decent है. It's not a shrill kind of a tone. Honda generally they are very much environment friendly, so maybe on those lines they've given those kind of horn tone. ओवरऑल अगर मैं और कुछ बोलूँ इस बाइक के बारे में तो क्वाइट गुड. हैंडलिंग इज गुड. माइलेज हैज बीन 150 किलोमीटर्स. आई थिंक इट विल बी टू अर्ली टू टॉक अबाउट द माइलेज, बिकॉज mileage, I generally say that after 1000 kilometers you should actually talk that this is the mileage that you'll get from this engine or this bike. मुझे अभी from the ride that I had, मुझे अच्छा खासा 37-38 का मिल रहा था ऑन हाईवेज. अगर मैं इसके ब्रेक्स का बारे में बात करूँ तो द फ्रंट ब्रेक्स आर क्वाइट गुड. बीइंग अ लार्जर डायमीटर डिस्क, they do their job very well. You don't feel any kind of, I mean, in my entire life this is the best bike, or in terms of brakes, क्योंकि मैंने आरी भी नया चलाया ब्रेक्स में, बट उसमें भी मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि दिस इज अ ABS, एंटी ब्रेकिंग सिस्टम. तो उसमें ब्रेक ही लगते थे when that 210 kg used to move. बट इसके ब्रेक्स काफ़ी द फ्रंट ब्रेक डज इट जॉब. रियर ब्रेक थोड़ा सा आई एम नॉट वेरी मच होपफुल अबाउट द रियर ब्रेक. रियर ब्रेक गाड़ी के वैसे भी नॉर्मली कुछ काम के नहीं होते, कोई भी गाड़ी उठा लो आप, डिस्क ब्रेक भी हो तो भी. मेरे इनफैक्ट आई हैव दिस हैबिट ऑफ जस्ट यूजिंग द रियर ब्रेक फॉर द ब्रेक लाइट इन माई यामाहा. अदरवाइज रियर ब्रेक से कुछ होता भी नहीं था, ओनली फ्रंट ब्रेक एंड गियर कंट्रोल, दैट्स इट. So overall, I am very much satisfied. Like I said, a detailed review will come. Let me churn some more kilometers. Life will get a little busy now, maybe in December. But like as usual, many of you might be finding that I'm a pathetic YouTuber. कभी 2 महीने में एक बार, कभी 6 महीने में एक बार, तो कभी हफ्ते में 2 वीडियो डालता हूँ. So I've been very irregular. But keep watching my channel. More videos will come. Thank you for watching and happy riding.